Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Sapan Prabhu, Samyukta Mataji, Radhika Mataji, Sandhya Mataji, Deepa Mataji, Lavanya, Dandavat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much for joining today. Let us begin with Mangalachana prayer. Actually, Lalit Mohan Prabhu is unable to join. He sent a message directly to me. So anyway, we'll recite at the end those two prayers of Kunti Devi. So let us begin with Mangalachana prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavranda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karanti vachalam pangam langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyam Ishwaram. Om apavitra pavitro va sarvavastam gatopi va yasmaret pundarikaksham sabhyam bhyantaram suchi. Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu. Since we have done with the 18th chapter, anyway, we are going to review from study guides, Subodhini books. We can directly discuss those translations along with some explanations directly. So can we start Bhagavatam, Mataji's Prabhus? Is that okay? Anyway, we have to come back and review the study guides. Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Are you
Prabhuji.
able?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is, since we are doing study guides, can we directly go to Bhagavatam? Anyway, we come back, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. We can do Bhagavatam.
Yeah. Anyway, again, study guides from Bhagavad Gita and study guides from Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, we are doing just to, we will do anyway. That if we do study guides and it covers all the translations also, the points, the classification of the verses. So we'll do later after completion of again this sequence. Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Again, we come back to Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter, study books. Okay, so let us start Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 19th chapter. I'm just sharing, just a minute. Yes, yeah. You're able to see, right, Matais, Prabhus?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you. So now let us say take some Bhagavatam prayers also. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaivam Narottamam Devi Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamasloki Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devakinandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namo Pankaja Nabhaya Namo Pankaja Maline Namo Pankaja Netraya Namo Pankajangrahe. These are the Bhagavatam prayers. In that, this one, this is Namo Pankaja Nabhaya, we will learn in Kunti Devi prayers. And the other one also. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devakinandanaya, that also from Kunti Devi, those two verses.
Prabhuji,
Anyway,
we
we'll
could
have
start 18th chapter, I think, Prabhuji. We finished Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter.
Oh, correct. You are right. Thank you very much, Matai. Right. Yeah, last time we have done with the chapter 17, punishment and reward of Kali. Now let us read 18th chapter. Maharaja Parikshit cursed by Brahmana Bai. Shringi, let us read that. We'll start. Text one. You can start, Mataji, Deepa Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhandavat Pranam. Yes, Prabhuji. Kindi veltara.
Yeah.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Sri Sutta Goswami said, due to the mercy of the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, who acts wonderfully, Maharaja Parikshit, though struck by the weapon of the son of Drona in his mother's womb, could not be burned. Purport. The sages of Naimisharanya became struck with wonder after hearing about the wonderful administration of Maharaja Parikshit, especially in reference to his punishing the personality of Kali and making him completely unable to do any harm within the kingdom. Sutta Goswami was equally anxious to describe Maharaja Parikshit's wonderful birth and death. And this verse is stated by Sutta Goswami to increase the interest of the sages of Naimisharanya. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Yeah. So see this, what is that astra called? So weapon of the son of Drona. What is that? What is that weapon name?
Brahmastra.
Brahmastra. Correct. And who is the Drona's son? No, don't tell Lavanya. Let others try. Who is the son of Drona?
Ashwatthama.
Ashwadhama.
Ashwadhama released the Brahmastra, but in the mother's home, Uttara. So Parikshit Maharaj's mother name is Uttara. Okay. So Parikshit Maharaj saved by Supreme Lord Krishna. Krishna appeared in the womb of Uttara, protected, protection, Rakshana Kavacham. Doesn't affect anything. That's why Parikshit, he already tested. That's why his name is Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit, the test is passed. He's the Supreme Lord's great devotee. Krishna only saves his devotees, right? There is a purpose. Right. So let us continue. Yeah, Samyukta, please read second verse.
Yes, Prabhuji. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Furthermore, Maharaj Parikshit was always consciously surrendered to the personality of Godhead, and therefore he was neither afraid nor overwhelmed by fear due to a snake bird which was to bite him because of the fury of a Brahmana boy. Purport. A self-surrendered devotee of the Lord is called Narayana Parayana. Such a person is never afraid of any place or person, not even of death. For him, nothing is as important as the Supreme Lord, and thus he gives equal importance to heaven and hell. He knows well that both heaven and hell are creations of the Lord, and similarly, life and death are different conditions of existence created by the Lord. But in all conditions and in all circumstances, remembrance of Narayana is essential. The Narayana Parayana practices this constantly. Maharaja Parikshit was such a pure devotee. He was wrongfully cursed by an inexperienced son of a Brahmana who was under the influence of Kali. And Maharaj Parikshit took this to be sent by Narayana. He knew that Narayana, Lord Krishna, had saved him when he was burned in the womb of his mother. And if he were to be killed by a snake bite, it would also take place by the will of the Lord. The devotee never goes against the will of the Lord. Anything sent by God is a blessing for the devotee. Therefore, Maharaj Parikshit was neither afraid of nor bewildered by such things. That is the sign of a pure devotee of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. He accepted that even though the Shringi boy, Brahmana boy, cursed him, he take it as, okay, that is my fate. That is helpful for him actually, no? So that's where Bhagavatam recited. He heard Bhagavatam on those 7 days and 7 nights. Yeah. So what is that? Anybody know? What is the snake bird name?
Takshak.
I think Prabhupada here not mentioned, but it's okay. Takshak bird actually it's there in the Mahabharata pastime. Takshak bird, snake bird. Yeah. So in all the circumstances, remembrance of Narayana is essential. The Narayana Parayana practice this constantly. Maharaj Parikshit was such a pure devotee, was wrongfully cursed by an inexperienced son of Brahmana who was under the influence of Kali. And Maharaj Parikshit took this to be sent by Narayana. That is the acceptance. Yeah. A pure devotee's consciousness. Whatever happens to him, it is for him good only. That's the consciousness. Pure devotee's consciousness. Maharaj Parikshit is a pure devotee of Supreme Lord. In the beginning of his birth, only Krishna saved. How much merciful. Let us go through third verse. Sandhya Mata in hearing mode. Radhika Mataji, can you read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Translation.
All translations and purport by our most beloved founder Acharya Isi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Furthermore, after leaving all his associates, the king surrendered himself as a disciple to the son of Vyas, Shukadev Goswami, and thus he was able to understand the actual position of the personality of Godhead, and at last gave up his material body on the bank of the Ganges. Purport. The word Ajita is significant here. The personality of Godhead Sri Krishna is known as Ajit, or unconquerable, and he is so in every respect. No one can know his actual position. He is unconquerable by knowledge also. We have heard about his dham or place, eternal Golok Vrindavan. But there are many scholars who interpret this abode in different ways. But by the grace of a spiritual master like Shukadev Goswami, unto whom the king gave himself up as a most humble disciple, one is able to understand the actual position of the Lord, his eternal abode, and his transcendental paraphernalia in that dham or abode. Knowing the transcendental position of the Lord and the transcendental method by which one can approach that transcendental dham, the king was confident about his ultimate destination. And by knowing this, he could leave aside everything material, even his own body, without any difficulty of attachment. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is stated, Param Drishtva Nivartate. One can give up all connection with material attachment when one is able to see the Param or the superior quality of things. From Bhagavad Gita, we understand the quality of the Lord's energy that is superior to the material quality of energy. And by the grace of a bona fide spiritual master like Shukadev Goswami, it is quite possible to know everything of the superior energy of the Lord, by which the Lord manifests his eternal name, quality, pastimes, paraphernalia, and variegatedness. Unless one thoroughly understands this superior or eternal energy of the Lord, it is not possible to leave the material energy. However, one may theoretically speculate on the true nature of the absolute truth. By the grace of Lord Krishna, Maharaj Parikshit was able to receive the mercy of such a personality as Shukadev Goswami, and thus he was able to know the actual position of the unconquerable Lord. It is very difficult to find the Lord from the Vedic literatures, but it is very easy to know him by the mercy of a liberated devotee like Srila Shukadev Goswami. Hari Bol.
Sorry, I'm on mute. One point. Param Drishtvan Nivartate. One can give up all connection with material attachment when one is able to see the Param, superior quality of things. So from the Bhagavad Gita, we learn that what is the superiority. What is the superior thing? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami moksha. 18th chapter conclusion lesson. So Lord's energy that is superior to the material quality of energy, and by the grace of the bona fide spiritual master like Sukadeva Goswami, it is quite possible to know everything of the superior energy of the Lord, by which the Lord manifests is. This is the important things. Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. Right? Name, quality, pastimes, paraphernalia, and variegatedness. So much variegatedness is there in the spirituality. So many pastimes, so much variegatedness, so many qualities, so many lessons from each pastime. Right? So Ajita, Prabhupada right starts with Ajita is significant. The personality of God, Sri Krishna, is known as Ajita, unconquerable, and he is in every respect. He is so in every respect, unconquerable. He is unconquerable by knowledge also, unconquerable by his beauty. All the 6 opulences, right? We have heard about his Dhama, place, eternal Golok Vrindavan. That is the topmost planet. So let us continue anyway. Yeah. Prabhuji. Please. Prabhuji.
Sukadeva Maharshi was there at the time of Parikshit Maharaj and also the time of Janaka Maharaj.
Janaka Maharaj, I'm not sure, Prabhuji. Janaka Maharaj past time was the Treta Yuga, right? Treta Yuga past time, right?
Yeah, Janaka Maharaj is father of Sita Devi.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard some story between Janaka Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami.
I'm not sure, Prabhu. I haven't heard. If anybody knows, please jump in. I don't know.
I heard that Janaka Maharaj, Janaka is the name of that king Prabhuji. Like it's a position. It's like Brahma is a position, right?
Ha Mataji.
So it's like that. I heard somewhere Prabhuji. Janaka Maharaj. Janaka is not the name. Janaka is the like what do you call the position name, the king name, Janaka. जनकपुरी का होते हैं ना, जनकपुरी वो सिटी होते हैं ना, जनकपुरी हरबोत
I don't know. Janakapuri.
జనకపురి వాళ్ళ ప్లేస్ కింగ్ ని జనక అంటారు. లైక్ కుంతి భోజా లాగా. భోజా ఇస్ ద కింగ్డమ్, రైట్? అట్లా.
Okay, okay.
సో జనకపురి ఇస్ ద నగరం పేరు అన్నట్టు.
Yeah. Maybe that personality is different than Sita Devi's father. I think so. Huh?
Okay, Prabhuji.
Well, I'll find out because I never heard. And where you heard, can you please share that? Let me clarify with authorities. I mean, I don't know. If
Yeah,
anybody,
Prabhuji. From
please share.
Yeah, from Vyasa, Shukamar learned everything, but he was unhappy, Prabhuji. He wanted to learn. He feels that he missed something. Then Vyasa Master sent him to Janaka Maharaj and asked him to learn from him. And he reached Janaka Maharaj, and one day when he was with Janaka Maharaj, all his kingdom is under fire. But Janaka Maharaj was not impacted because of that. He used to be in the prayers until the noon time, and after the noon only he will be in the the worldly matters. So until the noon he doesn't move from the prayers, and after the prayers he went out and look after the kingdom. So he was not impacted by good and bad. He looks at both at the, both the things as equally. So that's what this Maharshi has learned from Janaka Maharaj. That's the story I heard.
Okay, sure. Cool. Thank you for sharing. Please share. I mean, where you heard. I mean, if it is there on the internet. Okay.
Sure, Prabhuji.
I will refer. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
I want to read.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. This was so because those who have dedicated their lives to the transcendental topics of the personality of Godhead, of whom the Vedic hymns sing, and who are constantly engaged in remembering the lotus feet of the Lord, do not run the risk of having misconceptions even at the last moment of their lives. Purport. The highest perfection of life is attained by remembering the transcendental nature of the Lord at the last moment of one's life. This perfection of life is made possible by one who has learned the actual transcendental nature of the Lord from the Vedic hymns sung by a liberated soul like Sukadeva Goswami or someone in that line of disciplic succession. There is no gain in hearing the Vedic hymns from some mental speculator. When the same is heard from an actual self-realized soul and is properly understood by service and submission, everything becomes transparently clear. Thus, the submissive disciple is able to live transcendentally and continue to the end of the life. By scientific adaptation, one is able to remember the Lord even at the end of his life. When the power of remembrance is slackened due to the derangement of bodily membranes, for a common man, it is very difficult to remember things as they are at the time of death. But by the grace of the Lord and his bona fide devotees, the spiritual masters, one can get this opportunity without difficulty. And it was done in the case of Maharaj Parikshit.
Thank you. Thank you. This is who are constantly engaged in remembering the lotus feet of the Lord do not run the risk of having misconceptions, even at the last moment of their lives, because they are surrendered to Guru, the service attitude, and submission. When the same is heard from an actual self-realized soul, from bona fide spiritual master, and is properly understood by service and submission, everything becomes transparently clear. Thus, a submissive disciple is able to live transcendentally and continue to the end of life. So that is a scientific adaptation. Srila Prabhupada says, how to conduct our spiritual life. We have to submit to a guru, and through service to render Tadvedi Pranipatan, that was from Bhagavad Gita. So that one can get this opportunity without difficulty. And it was done in case of Maharaj Parikshit. Now he is understanding the ultimate goal of life, and he heard all the Bhagavatam, and ultimately he left body with the spiritual consciousness and going back home, back to God. We also have every chance, every one of us having chance to up the consciousness and scientific process, Bhakti Yoga. Now Prabhuji, Sapan Prabhuji, please read. I think
Hare Krishna. Translation. As long as the great powerful son of Abhimanyu remains the emperor of the world, there is no chance that the personality of Kali will flourish. Purport. As we have already explained, the personality of Kali had entered the jurisdiction of this earth long ago, and he was looking for an opportunity to spread his influence all over the world. But he could not do so satisfactorily due to the presence of Maharaja Parikshit. This is the way of good government. The disturbing elements like the personality of Kali will always try to extend their nefarious activities, but it is the duty of the able state to check them by all means. Although Maharaja Parikshit allotted places for the personality of Kali, at the same time he gave no chance for the citizens to be swayed by the personality of Kali. Hare Krishna.
Hare. Yeah, this purport is pretty straightforward. The influence of Kali started from Raji Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Translation. The very day and moment the personality of Godhead Lord Sri Krishna left this earth, the personality of Kali, who promotes all kinds of irreligious activities, came into this world. Purport. The personality of Godhead and his holy name, qualities, etc. are all identical. The personality of Kali was not able to enter the jurisdiction of the earth due to the presence of the personality of Godhead. And similarly, if there is an arrangement for the constant chanting of the holy names, qualities, etc. of the supreme personality of Godhead, there is no chance at all for the personality of Kali to enter. This is the technique of driving away the personality of Kali from the world. In modernized human society, there are great advancements of material science, and they have invented the radio to distribute sound in the air. So instead of vibrating some nonsense sound for sense enjoyment, if the state arranges to distribute transcendental sound by resounding the holy name, fame, and activities of the Lord, as they are authorized in the Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, then a favorable condition will be created. The principles of religion in the world will be re-established, and thus the executive heads who are so anxious to drive away corporation from the world will be successful. Corruption from the world will be successful. Nothing is bad if properly used for the service of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Can I read?
Yes, Raji Prabhuji. Next verse, yeah. So this is Prabhupada taken an example of the radio, not material sense, material sound vibration. Better to do this, distribute the transcendental sound by resounding the holy name, fame, and activities of the Lord, as they are asked in the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. Then a favorable condition will be created. So these leaders are responsible. We elected these kind of leaders, puffed up or what is that? Corrupted leaders. Everyone is corrupted. That's why, not properly ruling. Everything wanted to accumulate, whatever he spent in the elections, and they wanted to. That's the reason. King, the administrators also responsible for, the people. Why not many people are not taking up the process? Yeah, leaders are like that, completely self motives and kind of self destructive. Actually, all this, what are they doing? Kali influence. As in the previous chapter, Kali influence described so nicely. Now, some more explanations, discussion in these verses. Yeah. Now, Raju Prabhu, yeah, please read.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Translation. Maharaja Parikshit was a realist, like a bees who only accept the essence of a flower. He knew perfectly well that in the age of Kali, auspicious things produce good effects immediately, whereas inauspicious acts must be actually performed to render effects. So he was never envious of the personality of Kali. Purport. The age of Kali is called the fallen age. In this fallen age, because the living beings are in awakened position, the Supreme Lord has given some special facilities to them. So by the will of the Lord, a living being does not become a victim of a sinful act until the act is actually performed. In other ages, simply by thinking of performing sinful act, one used to become the victim of the act. In the contrary, a living being in this age is awarded with the result of pious acts, but simply by thinking of them. Maharaja Parikshit, being most learned and experienced king, by the grace of the Lord, was not unnecessarily envious of the personality of Kali, because he did not intend to give him any chance to perform any sinful act. He protected his subjects from falling prey to the sinful acts of Kali, the age of Kali, and at the same time he gave full facility to the age of Kali by allotting him some particular places. At the end of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that even though all nefarious activities of the personality of Kali are present, there is a great advantage in the age of Kali. One can attain salvation simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord. Thus, Maharaja Parikshit made an organized effort to propagating the chanting of the holy name, chanting of the Lord's holy name, and thus he saved the citizens from the clutches of Kali. It is for this advantage only that great sages sometimes wish all good for the age of Kali. In the Vedas, also it is said that by discourse on the Lord Krishna's activities, one can get rid of all the disadvantages of age of Kali in the beginning of the Srimad Bhagavatam. It is also said that by the recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Supreme Lord becomes at once arrested within one's heart. There are these are some great advantages of age of Kali, and Maharaj Parikshit took all the advantage and did not think any ill of the age of Kali. True to his Vaishnavite culture. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Can anybody remember the verse, Kali won't affect devotees? From the Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna.
నేనేనా ప్రభుజీ?
మీ జస్ట్ అడుగుతున్నా క్వశ్చన్ మాత్రం.
ఓ కలి ఇది నాకు తెలియదు ప్రభుజీ.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Anything to remember from the Bhagavad Gita? It's okay. Won't remember. Not what's of course I'm just remembering that verse, but Mama Maya Duratiya, right?
Whoever surrenders onto me, material world does not act. That is the word.
Mm-hmm. Kali is this is a different yuga time frame, right? So for devotees, that doesn't affect. So that's the verse. Yeah, what is that verse?
Maya me tarantatye.
Tarantite. Yeah. Maya
Maya
metam
meva
tarantite.
tarantite.
Mami,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mammai vamsha
Daivi esha gunamai. Mama maya duratya. Mamyevaya prapadyante. Maya metam
Maya metam
tarantite.
tarantite.
Thank
This
you, Ravani.
material
Yeah.
world is very difficult to overcome, but whoever surrenders onto me can easily cross beyond it. Ade kada?
Same. That is what it is. Kali won't affect, devotees. That's why the Supreme Lord becomes at once arrested within one side. When we hear Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, these scriptures connected with Krishna, the Kali effect is not there. Everything is auspicious only. That's a thing we have to learn from this paragraph, this purport from Prabhupada. So let us continue. Other three devotees, let them read. Akincha Priya Prabhu, can you please read?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Maharaj Parikshit considered that less intelligent men might find the personality of Kali to be very powerful, but that those who are self-controlled would have nothing to fear. The king was powerful like a tiger and took care for the foolish, careless persons. Purport: those who are not devotees of the Lord are careless and unintelligent. Unless one is thoroughly intelligent, one cannot be a devotee of the Lord. Those who are not devotees of the Lord fall prey to the actions of the Kali. It will not be possible to bring about a saner condition in the society unless unless we are prepared to accept the modes of actions adopted by Maharaj Parikshit. That is, propagation of devotional service of the Lord to the common man.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Haribol. Yeah, next verse. This Prabhu, I forgot his name. Suman Prabhuji, please read.
Translation. O sages, as you did ask me, now I have described almost everything regarding the narrations about Lord Krishna in connection with the history of the pious Maharaja Parikshit. Purport. Srimad Bhagavatam is the history of activities of Lord, and the activities of the Lord are performed in relation with the devotees of the Lord. Therefore, the history of the devotees is not different from the history of Lord Krishna's activities. A devotee of Lord regards both the activities of Lord and those of his pure devotees on an equal level, for they are all transcendental. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. So 3 B's. Quickly say, anybody? Simple. This Bhakti Yoga literature, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, talks about 3 B's. Tell me. 3 B's. 3 B's, I'm saying. 3 B's.
Bhakta,
Bhagwan,
Bhakti.
Bhakti, Bhagwan, Bhakta.
That's it. Bhakta, Bhagwan, Bhakta and Bhagwan. What is the between? Bhakti, process, devotional service. That's it, yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah. Now, Gaurav Prabhuji, thank you for joining. Can you...
in one of the Bhakti Vaibhava class, Prabhuji, last Saturday's class, he mentioned Gauranga Darshan Prabhuji mentioned that Bhakti is, when we translate it to English, right? It is like it become a devotional service, and devotion is the reciprocation, and service is the action. He mentioned something like that.
Correct. Yes. Yes. Action, emotion. 2 things. Performing action with emotion. Bhakti means, okay. Yeah.
It includes a spiritual and material thing. Means service is the material thing. Something like you mentioned, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Prabhupada not written just devotion. Bhakti is he just not given definition. He is giving the definition of devotional service. Devotion with service with emotion. That's the thing. Yeah. Yes. Prabhuji, you can read.
Sure. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Those who are desirous of achieving complete perfection in life must submissively hear all topics that are connected with the transcendental activities and qualities of personality of Godhead who acts wonderfully. Purport. The systematic hearing of the transcendental activities, qualities, the name of Lord Sri Krishna pushes one towards eternal life. Systematic hearing means knowing him gradually in truth and fact. And this knowing him in truth and fact means attaining eternal life as stated in Bhagavad Gita. Such transcendental, glorified activities of Lord Sri Krishna are prescribed remedy for counteracting the process of birth, death, old age, and diseases, which are considered to be material awards of the conditioned living being. The culminations of such a perfectional stage of life is the goal of human life and attainment of transcendental bliss. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Hari Bol. Yeah, glorified activities of Lord Sri Krishna are the prescribed remedy for counteracting the process of. See, when we hear the transcendental pastimes of Supreme Lord, what happens? This is the we are situated beyond this birth, death, deathlessness, which are considered to be material awards for the conditioned living being. The culmination of such a perfectional stage of life is the goal of human life and the attainment of transcendental bliss.
Janma
Tato
karma cha
Brahma
me
Jigya.
divya. Janma karma cha
Yeah.
me divya.
Yes, Bhagavad Gita. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvata tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti. So Arjuna, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, when we connected with these pastimes, guna, nama, rupa, guna, lila, even though we are situated in the material world, that's it. We are in the spiritual world only. No sufferings will come. Krishna is going to take care of us because of the transcendental nature of his nature, transcendental nature of his birth activities. Because those are the situated beyond the three modes. Material world means three modes. Those pastimes situated beyond the three modes. Yes. Let us continue. Another two devotees. Chandramal Prabhuji, can you please read?
Hare Krishna. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The good sages said, O grave Sota Goswami, may you live many years and have eternal fame. For you are speaking very nicely about the activities of the Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead. This is just like a nectar of mortal beings like us. Purport. When we hear about the transcendental qualities and activities of personality of Godhead, we may always remember what has been spoken by the Lord himself in the Bhagavad Gita 4.9. His acts, even when he acts in a human society, are all transcendental, but they are all essentiated by the spiritual energy of the Lord, which is distinguished from his material energy. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, such acts are called divyam. This means that he does not act or take his birth like an ordinary living being under the custody of material energy, nor is his body material or changeable like that that of ordinary living beings. And one who understands this fact, either from the Lord or from the authorized sources, is not reborn after leaving the present material body. Such an enlightened soul is admitted into the spiritual realm of the Lord and engaged in the transcendental loving services of the Lord. Therefore, the more we hear about the transcendental activities of the Lord, as they are stated in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, the more we can know about his transcendental nature and thus make a definite progress on the path back to Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. This is the key, how to get rid of these real problems of life. 4 problems, right? We always have to be in connection, in contact with Krishna. So we have to mold our life such a way that you have to remember Krishna 24 hours. Prabhupada writes in his purpose, Krishna is everything, needs to be Krishnaized. So that is what, just now we discussed, 4.9. Janma karma chame divyam. Evam yoveti tatvata taktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sojana. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode. Arjuna, his birth is divyam, transcendental. So when we connect with spiritual topics, we don't need to. Krishna is going to take care. Simple to understand. Krishna is going to take care because we are serving. By hearing, we are serving. By remembering, we are serving Krishna. By chanting, we are serving Krishna. So that's what it is. I see one new Mataji. I'm not sure whether she is able to. Hare Krishna, Brahmarama Mataji. First time we are seeing. Thank you very much for joining. Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna. Okay. Anyway. So all of us, except Sandhya Mata, since on hearing mode, all of us read once. Now 8:45. Can we continue from sloka recitation, Prabhuji and Mataji? Okay, I mean it's going to be a
Yes,
one
Prabhuji.
turn done. Yeah. So let us do now. Let me open Kunti Devi prayers.
Hare
Prabhuji is
Krishna
not.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you very much for joining today. I mean, it's the first time we are seeing Mataji. Please continue
Yes,
joining.
Timings, I don't know Prabhuji. Timings.
How did you get to know Mataji? I mean, you are in any group?
Gachibowli Satsang people added me in the group,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
So we have every day, Monday to Friday, morning 7:30 to 9 o'clock, Mataji. Okay. Monday to Friday, morning 7:30 to 9 o'clock. So 8 o'clock, we are actually reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and other literatures. So now we are reading Bhagavatam. You want to read something?
Yes, Prabhuji, I can.
Yeah, you can read this verse and we'll go to verse. Okay, you can read Mataji. This is Bhagavatam, first canto, 18th chapter, 12th verse. You can read translation and purport.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Not able to. The translation part, Prabhuji. Please, bit down, make it bit down.
Oh, okay. Sure. One second. Is that okay?
No, Prabhuji. Purport I can see, but translation part.
Oh, I don't know.
I think you have to move it in your mobile mark.
Okay, Prabhuji. We have just begun the performance of this fruitive activity, a sacrificed fire, without certainty of its result due to the many imperfections in our action. Our bodies have become black from the smoke, but we are factually pleased by the nectar of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead, Govinda, which you are distributing. Purport. The sacrificial fire kindled by the sages of Naimisharanya was certainly full of smoke and doubts because of so many flaws. The first flaw is that there is an acute scarcity of expert Brahmanas able to carry out such performances successfully in this age of Kali. Any discrepancy in such sacrifices spoils the whole show and the result is uncertain. Like agriculture enterprises, the good result of tilling the paddy field depends on providential rain and therefore the result is uncertain. Similarly, performance of any kind of sacrifice in this age of Kali is also uncertain. Unscrupulous, greedy Brahmanas of the age of Kali induce the innocent public to such uncertain sacrificial shows without disclosing the scriptural injection that in the age of Kali there is no fruitful sacrificial performance, but the sacrifice of the congregational chanting. Prabhuji, screen. I'm reading in the phone, Prabhuji.
Oh, okay. You are not able to see?
కొంచెం స్క్రోల్ చేసుకోండి మాతాజీ కిందికి.
It's not coming.
The congregational chanting of the holy name.
Holy name of the Lord. Suta Goswami was narrating the translational activities of the Lord before the congregational. There also I can't see Prabhuji, that's why I'm not able to read. Okay, okay, Prabhuji, now got it. Sorry. Before the congregation of sages, and they were factually perceiving the result of hearing these transcendental activities. One can feel this practically as one can feel the result of eating food. Spiritual realization acts in that way. The sages of Naimisaranya were practically sufferers from the smoke of sacrificial fire and were doubtful about the result. But by hearing from a realized person like Suta Goswami, they were fully satisfied. In the Brahma Vaivarta Purana, Vishnu tells Shiva that in the age of Kali, men full of anxieties of various kinds can vainly labor in fruitive activity and philosophical speculations, but when they are engaged in devotional service, the result is sure and certain, and there is no loss of energy. In other words, nothing performed for spiritual realization or for material benefit can be successful without the devotional service to the Lord.
Thank you, Mataji, for reading. Please continue joining, okay? We all here 10, 12 devotees joining and regularly reading.
Yes, Prabhuji, sorry to say this. Actually, daily I have class from US. They are conducting since 3 years, Prabhuji. Ramcharitmanas class and Bhagavatam class, and even Mayapur, one Prabhuji is taking the class. Chaitanya Charitamrita class. Up to 8 o'clock, we have class, Prabhuji. After that, can I join, Prabhuji?
After 8 o'clock, you can join.
Yes,
and reading
Prabhuji,
with us.
because I have to tell the truth. That's why.
Yes.
సో మాతాజీ,
Thank you for
భ్రమరాంబ మాతాజీ, ఇప్పుడు ప్రభుజీ పెట్టారు మెయిల్. తెల్లాపూర్ లో మీ ఇంట్లోనేనా ప్రోగ్రామ్ సండే?
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
Okay, so you are.
Hari bol, wonderful Mataji.
Yes,
ప్రభుజీ పెట్టారు మీ ఇంట్లో తెల్లాపూర్ లో ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఉందని సండే.
అవునండి, అవునవును, ముప్పా ఇంద్రప్రస్థ. Yes, Mataji, you are all welcome, please.
Mataji, ఒకసారి వీడియో రండి Mataji. ఒకసారి వీడియోకి రండి and introduce. Thank you very much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Sincere service.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
You are visiting and you are inviting all the devotees and to do Sankirtan.
Yes,
and and you are sincerely hearing, you are sharing, right? Mayapur classes and other devotees. That is your inclination and interest and taste in hearing Krishna's pastimes and his devotees' glories.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Wonderful, Mataji. And I'm not here, Mataji. Otherwise, I would also have to come with my family in your home. Right now, I'm in US, Texas. But very happy. I mean, if I come back to US, India, I'll come to your home, do some Sankirtan, okay?
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Happy to know, Mataji. And thank you for inviting all the Gachibowli Satsang group led by our Leelanand Prabhu. You all have wonderful time this Sunday. It's wonderful time actually. So please,
Saturday also Gauranga Darshan Prabhuji class is there, Prabhuji.
Yeah. అన్ని మంచిగా అవుతున్నాయి ప్రభుజీ. మీరు అందరూ ఫుల్ ట్రాన్స్డెంటల్లీ ఎంజాయింగ్ నెక్టేరియన్.
In March actually we have so many programs, Prabhuji. One class with Radhesham Prabhuji also. Festival of Deities.
Festival of Deities.
Yeah.
ఎక్కడది?
Mostly Krish Prabhuji. My home Krish.
అందరి డీటీస్ కి అభిషేకము లైక్ ఫెస్టివల్ ఆఫ్ డీటీస్ అని రాధేశ్యామ్ ప్రభుజీ వస్తున్నారు.
Yes,
please join all of our congregation programs. Leelanand Prabhu sending messages, right? So we are all part of that group.
I'm attending Prabhuji. I'm attending my home Krish, all the classes.
Wonderful. That way, you and your Prabhu and your children grown up, or how old are they?
No, I have grandsons also, Prabhuji.
Very well.
2 grandsons.
Thank you very much. Yes. All you make them also devotees. Your grandsons are chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
I am bringing them.
Krishna.
I'm giving their plates for them and I'm giving
Very
them.
nice.
I'm bringing them.
Wonderful, Mother. Please join us every day with us, huh?
Okay.
So now we are going to recite Kunti Devi prayers. Okay, Kunti Maharani prayers.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. I mean, I saw Mataji in first time Vrindavan Yatra, Mataji. Prabhuji.
Yeah.
We met.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you for joining, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you.
So nice. Thank you so much again. So let us do Kunti Devi prayers. ఎవరు చేస్తారు? వీళ్ళు మన ఎక్స్పర్ట్స్ ఉన్నారు కదా, సంయుక్త మాతాజీ రామరెడ్డి ప్రభు. లెట్ దెమ్ డు. హరి బోల్. మాతాజీ మీ ప్రభుని కూడా రమ్మని చేయించండి.
Yes, Prabhuji. Start chela Prabhuji.
చేయండి.
Yes, Prabhuji. Kunti vacha. Namasye purusham tvadyam Ishwaram prakrite param Alaksham sarva bhutanam Antarbahiravastitam Maya javanikachannam Agnadokshajamavyayam Nalakshase mudha trisha Nato natyadharo yatha.
ప్రభుజీ
ప్రభుజీ లాస్ట్ ఉన్నారు ప్రభుజీ పూజ చేస్తున్నారు.
షూర్. మాతాజీ రాజ్ ప్రభు చేయండి మాతాజీ. శిరీష్
కుంతి ఉవాచ నమస్యే పురుషం తద్యం ఈశ్వరం ప్రకృతే పరం అలక్ష్యం సర్వభూతానాం అంతర్బాహిర్ అవస్థితం మాయాజవనికాచన్నం అజ్ఞాదోక్షజమవ్యయం న లక్ష్యసే మూఢదృశా నటో నాట్యధరో యథా.
థ్యాంక్ యూ మాతాజీ. Yes. Deepa Mataji, can you do Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. 1 second. Kunti Uvacha. Namasye purusham tvadyam Ishwaram prakrite param Alaksham sarva bhutanam Antarbahiravastitam Maya javanikachannam Agyadhokshajam avyayam Nalakshase moodhadrisha Nato natyadharo yatha. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Sorry,
Thank you.
junk.
Nice. Sandhya Mataji, at least you are able to do still in hearing mode?
Yes, Prabhuji, I'll do.
And do it, Mataji.
Kunti Vacha. Namasye Purusham Tvadyam Ishwaram Prakrite Param Alaksham Sarva Bhutanam Antarbahir Avastitam Maya Javanikachannam Agnadokshajam Avyayam Nalakshase Moodadrisha Nato Natyadharo Yata.
Radhika Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Kunti Vacha. Namasye purusham tvadyam Ishwaram prakrite param Alaksham sarva bhutanam antarbahiravastitam Maya javanikachannam Agnadokshajam avyayam Nalakshase moodhadrisha Nato natyodharo yatha.
Thank you, Mataji. Brahmanamba Mataji, మీరు ట్రై చేస్తారా?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Please do.
Namasye purusham tvadyam Ishwaram prakriti param Alaksham sarvabhutanam Antarbahir avastitam Maya javanikavachanam Ajnanokshajam avyayam Nalakshe mudhadrisa Nato natyadharayatho.
Hari bol. Thank you, Mataji. Lavanya wanted.
Kunti Vacha. Namasye purusham tvadyam Ishwaram prakrite param Alaksham sarva bhutanam Antarbahir avastitam Maya javanikachannam Agnadokshajam avyayam Nalakshase moodadrisha Nato natyadharo yata.
Hari bol. Now, Chandravel Prabhu. Now, all Mata is done. Chandravel Prabhu.
Kunti Uvacha. Namasye purusham tvadyam Ishwaram prakrite param Alaksham sarvabhutanam antarbahiravastitam Maya javanikachannam Ajnadokshajam avyayam Na lokshase muda drusha nato natya dharo yada. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Akinchan Prabhu?
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Kunti Vacha. Namaste Purusham Tadvadya. Namaste Purusham Tvadyam. Ishwaram Prakrite Param. Alaksham Sarva Bhutanam. Antar Bahir Avasthitam. Maya Javani Kachannam. Ajnana Dokshajam Avyayam. Na lakshaye muda drisha nato natya dharo yatha.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. But it's a small correction, Prabhu. Agnya dokshajam. Agnya dokshajam.
Okay, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Raju Prabhu, the next is Sapan Prabhu. Raju Prabhu, please do. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Raju Prabhu. Then Sapan Prabhu, if you are ready, you can do it.
Hare Krishna. Kunti Vacha. Namasye Purusham Tvadyam Ishwaram Prakrite Param Alaksham Sarva Bhutanam Antarbahir Avasthitam Maya Javani Kachannam Ajnana Dokshajam Avyayam Na Lakshase Mudadrisha Nato Natya Dharo Yata. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. And then one last, Ram Reddy Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Pranam. Kunti Vacha. Namaste Purusham Tvadyam Ishwaram Prakrite Param Alaksham Sarva Bhutanam Antarbahir Avasthitam Maya Javani Kachannam Ajna Dokshajam Avyayam Nalakshase Mudadrisha Nato Natyadharo Yatha. Hare Krishna.
Let me do it. Kunti Uvacha. Namasye Purusham Tvadyam Ishwaram Prakrite Param Alaksham Sarva Bhutanam Antarbahir Avasthitam Maya Javani Kachannam Ajna Dokshajam Avyayam Nalakshyase Mudhadrisha Nato Natyadharo Yata. So we all done. Can we do translation? Anybody likes to read translation?
Shall I, Prabhu? If it is okay.
Yeah, please read.
Translation.
89.
Yeah, Srimati Kunti Maharani said, "O Krishna, I offer my obeisances unto you because you are the original personality and are unaffected by the qualities of the material world. You are existing both within and without everything, yet you are invisible to all." Translation. Being beyond the range of limited sense perception, you are the eternally irreproachable factor covered by the curtain of deluding energy. You are invisible to the foolish observer, exactly as an actor dressed as a player is not recognized. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So anybody say what is the meaning of deluding energy?
Maya.
That's it. We already on the deluding energy. Maya Javanika Channam. Maya means deluding energy. Covering. Sunlight cover yes. Sometimes, clouds covering sunlight. Just like that, Maya covering Krishna. That's it. So we have to always remember Supreme Lord at any point of time. Ena kena prakarena. Kunti Maharani remembering Supreme Lord in all of the difficulties, and she wanted again difficulties, sufferings. Otherwise, I won't be able to remember you. The highest philosophy she is teaching us, right? Giving you more suffering so that we will always be thinking about you. So how much pure devotee, or she is doing, she is serving Supreme Lord in that way. So thank you so much. We took another 5 minutes extra. So let us continue other verses. So there are close to 43 verses. Prayers by Queen Kunti, first canto, 8th chapter, 18 to 43rd verses. How many? Total 17. Not 17. 20.
17. 17, no?
27. 20, not 27, 26. 25, total 25 verses.
18 plus 17.
25, 20, total 27 verses. 27 verses. Teachings of Queen Kunti. Actually, Prabhupada written small book, Teachings of Queen Kunti. This one, Teachings of Queen Kunti. So, okay. Thank you very much, devotees, joining today. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Book Reading ki jai. Nitai Gaur Hari Premanande. Thank you so much, Sapan, Samyukta, Ramreddy Prabhu, Samyukta Mataji, Ramreddy Prabhu, Radhika Mataji, Brahmaramba Mataji. First time you are joining, we wanted to have your continuous association, Mataji. Lavanya.
Definitely. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Prabhu, Raju Prabhu. Thank you so much. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.